5 problems with relative truth. The first one is that it is self-refuting. The first problem with relative truth is that it is self-refuting. Let me ask you a question. Is the concept of relativism true or false? Okay? That's the question. Is the concept of relativism true or false? If you said it's false, there's nothing to discuss. It's false. But if you said that the concept of relativism is true, what you are saying is an absolute statement. Right? You are saying absolutely the concept of relativism is true and you cannot see it any other way. Once you make that into an absolute statement, you have self-refuted it. You see, it is a self-refuting argument to say that everything is relative and make it an absolute statement. The second problem with relative truth is that it does not follow the 3 fundamental laws of logic. Now, the 3 fundamental laws of logic talk about the nature of truth, and they are fundamental laws from the time of Aristotle. So it's like the laws of mathematics. 2 plus 2 is 4 in any culture, in any tribe, in any language, in any people group. The laws of logic are the same, just like the laws of mathematics. And there are 3 fundamental laws of logic that, well, I'm not going to go into it, but it is a law of identity, it is a law of non-contradiction, and the law of the excluded middle. So these 3 fundamental laws of logic is not followed by the view on relativism, the concept of relative truth. The third problem that we have with relative truth is that it equates the knowledge of the truth as truth itself. It equates the knowledge of the truth as truth itself. Let me just explain this. Now, whether we know the truth or not doesn't change the reality, right? So, for example, in the past, people thought that the earth was flat, okay? Now we know, obviously, we have plenty of evidence that the earth is not flat, the earth is round. What relativism says is that because the ancient people thought that the earth was flat, it's true for them. And because we think that the earth is round, it's true for us. It's true for them and true for us. So what they're saying is that the knowledge of the truth is truth itself. Their knowledge of the earth was that the earth was flat. That was their knowledge. So that made truth itself, and that is not true, isn't it? Our knowledge of the truth. So if I woke up in the morning and I didn't look outside and it was a sunny day outside, it doesn't matter whether I know about it or not. The knowledge of the truth doesn't matter. It is still a sunny day outside, whether I know about it or not. The fourth problem we have is that relative truth equates belief with reality. It equates belief with reality. So it says, what you think is true for you. What I think is false for me. So for example, if you said that this bottle is full of lemonade, if y'all think it's full of lemonade and half the group thinks it's an empty bottle, what relativism says is that it is lemonade for half of y'all and empty for half of y'all. So essentially what you believe about it creates reality. And that doesn't make sense. How can a bottle be 2 things at one time? How can it be sunny and fully rainy at one time? The fact is that reality exists whether I believe about it or not. And the fifth problem we have with relative truth is that it is incompatible with normal living. It is incompatible with normal living. You cannot live life if there are no absolutes. So yesterday we drove up from Toronto up here. It took about 3 hours. And some of y'all have gotten speeding tickets in the past, so y'all are driving a little gingerly and making sure that the cops don't, are not on your tail. And so let's say that the concept of relativism is true. You're going, it says, it goes from 100 kilometers an hour to 80 and then 70 and then up to 100, back and forth, back and forth. And you lost sense of where you were. You're enjoying the beautiful scenery outside and you're driving. And as you drove, you went over the speed limit by about 30 kilometers an hour. And the cop comes behind you, pulls you over and says, sir, you are going above the speed limit. What can you say? You can say, well, that may be true for you, but it's not true for me. I was going at 80 kilometers an hour. You see, it doesn't work. Or let's say you went to a store to buy something, and you say, well, I want that costs about $50. I want that. And the storekeeper says, no, that's actually $70 because it's true for me. It's $70. Or I go to the airport tomorrow to go back to Maryland, and I go there at 4:30 when my flight is supposed to go, and they say the flight's already gone. I say, what? 4:30? I came on time. No. According to our time, the flight was the right time and we left. You see, your truth and my truth is incompatible with life.